The Long Dark is a challenging game of survival that I've grown to love playing. Here are 10 brief tips that I've learned while trying to stay alive. Whenever your fire burns out or you come across a fireplace or a stove, make sure to check it for charcoal. You can collect this charcoal and use it to draw a map. One charcoal will let you draw the local area that you're currently in, documenting any points of interest and landmarks for future reference. If you're outside too long, your clothes may start to get wet, especially if you're wearing clothing that doesn't have any waterproofing protection. Pay attention to whether your clothes are getting wet, as eventually they can start to freeze and lead to condition damage. The best way to fix this is to remove your clothing by a fire to dry them out faster. Always keep an eye out for birds circling in the sky. This signifies that there is a dead animal or body on the ground that you can loot for food or supplies.
Okay.
Brew coffee over a fire and keep some in your inventory for a small pick-me-up when you become too fatigued and you're in need of a shot of energy. Coffee drank while it's still hot also gives you a body temperature boost. When you cook fish, you also harvest oil that can be used as fuel in your lantern. When a wolf is about to attack you, it will growl or bark and then charge. Throw a flare or torch at the wolf in an attempt to scare it away. This won't always work, but it will give you a chance. Make sure you pay attention to what you're eating, or you might end up with food poisoning. Don't eat uncooked meat, and don't eat food that's in poor condition, such as items that have moldy in the title if you want to stay safe. To see a food item's condition, look in your inventory for the little number on the lower left-hand corner of the item. This number will decrease over time as the food gets older. Items with low condition numbers put you at risk of getting food poisoning. Watch out for sardines, too. Their title, Last Resort Sardines, kind of says it all. These have a high risk of poisoning you. I learned this the hard way after several bad experiences eating them. Now I really do only eat them as a last resort. You can harvest cloth from unwanted items of clothing and use the extra cloth to make your own bandages so that you're prepared in the event of an animal attack. It's best to be prepared, as sometimes you don't have time to find or craft a bandage when you're suffering from blood loss. You need to get fairly close to an animal you are hunting before shooting a rifle or a bow. In order to reduce chances of detection, you can crouch and slowly make your way toward the animal. You can also shoot the rifle from a crouched position to avoid scaring your prey. If you shoot an animal and they run away, look for a blood trail in the snow and track it. You may end up finding the animal dead at the end of the trail. Emergency stims can be useful in a bind. They are basically steroid injections that give you unlimited stamina for 1 minute and allow you to temporarily ignore any injuries you might have, so you can sprint like crazy if you happen to be in trouble. However, after the minute is up, your fatigue bar will immediately drain. So here's a couple of bonus tips. Sometimes it's worth breaking down objects to see what might lie hidden behind them. You might get lucky and find something really great or useful hiding behind a crate or a pallet.
Oh, lucky day.
And finally, if you're in need of water, head for the nearest toilet. Yeah, that's right. You can harvest drinkable water from any toilet you come across in the game. Sometimes to survive, you have to do hard things, and drinking toilet water is one of them. If you haven't already, check out this awesome game, try out some of these tips, and see how long you can last in the harsh Canadian wilderness of the Long Dark.